Dear students, welcome to my fourth video on graph theory. Now we will move to one more important concept in graph theory called Eulerian graph and Hamiltonian graphs. First, we'll discuss regarding Eulerian graph. Before going to the basic definition or theoretical explanation about Eulerian graph, I will take a practical example basically how these Eulerian graphs are so useful. Suppose a postman will visit a village regularly to deliver the post. We'll assume that he will visit every street every day. So we need to develop an algorithm in such a way that a postman will never visit a street again and again. Means we need to reduce his work in such a way that he will deliver the cards or post to each and every home without crossing a street more than one time. So, how to develop an algorithm? This Eulerian graph will help us to deal with such kind of examples. Now, we discuss the theoretical definition of Eulerian graph and Hamiltonian graph in upcoming videos. Before going to Eulerian and Hamiltonian graph, we discuss basic definitions which are required to understand these concepts. For example, path, walk, closed walk, circuit, and so on in the next video. Now, we discuss the basic definitions such as paths, cycles, and circuits. So first, I'll explain the theoretical explanation about these, and we'll see the examples afterwards. Let V0 and Vn be two vertices in a graph. Need not be the same vertices. V0 and Vn are two different vertices. A path of length n from V0 to Vn is a sequence of vertices Vi and edges Ei of the form V0, V1, V1, E2, so on and so forth, En, Vn, where each edge Ei is incident with vertices Vi minus 1 and Vi. Say for example, E1 is incident with V0 and V1. E2 is incident with V1 and V2 and so on. And the vertices V0 and Vn are endpoints of the path. I'll repeat the definition once again. Let there are two vertices V0 to Vn, be any two vertices in the graph. I am constructing a path between V0 and Vn. So the path means here it is a sequence of vertices and edges. Say for example, V0, E1, V1, E2, so on and so forth, En, Vn, where E1 is incident with V0 and E1, E2 is incident with V1 and V2, so on and so forth, En is incident with Vn minus 1 and Vn. In this path, the starting point is V0 and end point is Vn. In other words, end points are V0 and Vn. If the graph is simple, then the path is unique. So here simple graph means no loops, no multiple edges. And in the same way, the path is also called as walk. If the walk is closed, means starting point and end points are same, then the walk is called closed walk. The walk or a path is called trail if walk has no repeated edges. But in the definition of walk, edges or vertices may be repeated. But if that walk is said to be a trail, if walk that does not has no repeated edges. Let us consider an example here. A graph with four vertices A, B, C, and D. The edges are E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, and E6. We construct an walk A E1 B C3 E3 C E4 D. So a movement is starting from A to B. He has to cross edge E1. B to C, we need to cross E3. C to D, we need to cross E4. And if you want to construct more number of walks or a path, so we can construct in this way. So we consider another sequence: A E6 C E3 B C1 A. If you see here, the starting point is A, end point is also A. So this kind of walk or a path is called closed walk or a closed path. In this example again, if you see, the vertices are not repeated excluding these endpoints, and as well as edges also not repeated, so we can call it as a circuit. So a closed path with no repeated edges is called a circuit. Edges will not be repeated here. If edges are repeated, we can't say it is a circuit. Let us consider an example. A graph has a total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vertices. The edges are given here. So observe this example, how I will construct a walk or a path for this example. I will construct a walk of this kind. So if you observe this graph, means assuming that I am walking through point A to B, B to C, so on and so forth, through these edges. If I start to walk from A, I will move from A to B through edge E1, B to C through edge E2, C to E through edge E3, and so on. So, if you observe this, the vertices are repeated here, but edges are not repeated. So, we can say this is a circuit. And we need to think that in a circuit, whether we have to walk through all the edges or not is a basic question. So similarly, I'll answer this question by taking one more example. I'll construct one more walk here from point C to C, C, E3, E, E4, F, E5, G, E6 and C. Here also edges are not repeated. We can say it is a circuit because endpoints are same, edges are not repeated, vertices may be repeated. Then what is the difference between this circuit and this circuit? Observe this circuit. This circuit has all the edges in one path. I'll repeat it once again. This walk includes all the edges in walk. So, if I want to define an Eulerian path, it need not be a closed walk, but it has to include all the edges, but only one time. I'll repeat it once again. This walk means Eulerian path or Eulerian walk includes all the edges exactly only one, but vertices may be repeated. Now we'll consider one more example here. I try to construct one more walk from A to A to E1, B, E3, D, E4, E, E5, C, E2, B, E1 and A. So observe this walk. The edges E1 and repeated. So which is a contradiction to the definition of a Eulerian path. So if you construct an Eulerian path in a given graph, the path includes all the edges exactly one time. Now we see the theoretical definition of Eulerian graph. A path in a connected graph is an Eulerian path if it contains every edge exactly once. Here, Eulerian path may be closed or open also, may not be closed. But if I want to say it is a circuit, that is an Eulerian circuit, if it contain every edge of the graph. So just now we have saw an example. So there it includes every edges with starting point and end points are same. So when we can say a graph is Eulerian, means Eulerian graph. It is a connected graph with an Eulerian circuit. In that graph is called an Eulerian graph. So if I want to say it is Eulerian graph, Eulerian circuit should be there. If Eulerian circuit, Eulerian path should be there. So, but don't think that every graph has both Eulerian path, Eulerian circuit, so on. No, it is not necessary. If a graph has Eulerian graph, if a graph is Eulerian graph, it includes Eulerian circuit as well as Eulerian path. If graph has Eulerian circuit, it includes Eulerian path. So if it includes Eulerian path, need not be an Eulerian circuit. If it includes Eulerian circuit, it may need be an Eulerian graph, but not the converse. In this example, so we have constructed a walk or a path from A to B. Just observe this path. Starting point is A and end point is B. A, E1, B, E2, C, E3, E, E4, D, E5, B. In this walk, the edges are not repeated. So we can conclude this graph has Eulerian path. But it is not a circuit because we have not considered the starting point as well as end point are same. Now I will extend this walk from B to A again. So end point is B here. So I will move to A again. So if I want to move from B to A, again I have to consider edge E1 and A. But if you observe this walk or this path, this E1 is repeated. So which is not an Eulerian path. So we can't say it is an Eulerian path. So therefore, if in any graph, if we want to construct an Eulerian path, which includes every edge exactly once. So in these three examples, here in G2, which has Eulerian path, but it does not include Eulerian circuit. So G2 is not an Eulerian graph. But in G1, we have discussed already, which includes Eulerian path as well as Eulerian circuit. So we can say G1 is Eulerian graph. But in G3, it is very difficult to construct a path which include all the edges. So therefore G3 does not have any Eulerian path and even does not have any Eulerian circuit. So G3 is not an Eulerian graph. Now we observe these three graphs very carefully. Since G1 is Eulerian graph, G2 is not an Eulerian graph, G3 is not an Eulerian graph because G2 fails to give an Eulerian circuit, G3 does not have an Eulerian circuit as well as Eulerian path. Here G1 is the only graph which is called an Eulerian graph. If you observe the degree of each vertex in graph G1, G2, G3, the degree of each vertex in graph G1 is even. That is, degree of vertex A in graph G1 is 2, B is 2, D is 2, C is 4, E is 2, G is 2 and F is 2. So degree of each vertex is even in this degree, in this graph G1. In G2, it has even degree as well as odd degree, because B has degree 3, A has degree 1. Similarly here it has both even and odd degree vertices. So we can easily conclude that if G1 is said to be Eulerian, the degree of each vertex is even. I will repeat it once again. A graph G1 is said to be Eulerian graph if the degree of each vertex is even. Now we discuss one important theorem. A connected graph G is Eulerian if and only if every vertex of G has even degree. So to prove this, first I will assume that G is Eulerian, then I will prove every vertex of G has even degree. Since the word if and only if is used in this theorem, so we need to prove the converse also. So here converse is, if I assume every vertex G has even degree, so then I will prove that G is Eulerian. Now we prove the theorem. Suppose G is Eulerian graph. So we prove that every vertex has even degree. So since G is Eulerian graph, so obviously it has Eulerian circuit. So Eulerian circuit means it has Eulerian path. So the walk includes all the edges of a graph. And since it is Eulerian circuit, starting point and end points are same. If you observe this path, V0 and this V0 is incident with two different edges, E1 and En. So obviously the degree of this V0 is 2. So don't think that only every time a V0 vertex has degree 2. No, not more than 2 also. Since the every time the circuit, that is Eulerian circuit, passes through the vertex, so degree of vertex is increased by 2. So if it is 2, it is 4. If it is 4, it is 6 and so on. So therefore degree of each vertex is even. Conversely, suppose every vertex of G has even degree. Let V0 be the arbitrary vertex in a graph, any vertex in a graph, and I will consider the circuit in this format. C1 is a circuit, V0, V1, V2, so on and so forth, V0. This is also possible since every vertex has even degree. So if C1 is Eulerian, G is also Eulerian. So the question is, every time C1 is Eulerian is the basic question. So what I will assume? We will assume that C1 is not Eulerian. So we have a subgraph H where all the edges of C1 and vertex is not incident with the remaining edges. So because G is connected, we construct one more C2 in subgraph H. So now we combine this C1 and C2 to form a larger circuit. If it is Eulerian, then G is also Eulerian. So if this is not Eulerian, continue the same above process. So if any subgraph has circuit C1, so we conclude all the circuits in each subgraph, we form a large circuit. So if that circuit is Eulerian, then G is also Eulerian. So which concludes the proof of a given theorem. Dear students, uh, in this class we are gone through the basic definition of walk, path, circuit, and Eulerian path, Eulerian circuit, and so on. Even though we have gone through an important theorem based on Eulerian. So when we started with this class, I have taken an example, that is a postman will deliver a post or a card to each and every home in a village. That means he has to pass through all the streets of a village. Assuming that every street is connected by an edge, so we construct a graph based on this logic and we develop a circuit we develop a path or a walk in such a way that edges will not repeat it. Here edges means street will not repeat it. So based on this logic, we can conclude or we can develop an algorithm where postman will not cross a street more than one. Thank you.